I've had my fair share of it over the last like 3-4 years of making content. I've had so many moments of people being like, yeah, I hate this dude, hate the way he does it, I hate his face, hope he does all these terrible things. Like I've seen that and I've heard that. But that's okay when it kind of happens like sporadically, right? Like it happens over time.
Yeah.
But like when it's all happening all at once, all at the same time, it is super, super overwhelming, regardless of who you are. I got really thick skin, dude. But, you know, it definitely, yeah, of course it got to me, man. I would challenge anyone. I challenge anyone on this planet to wake up and just see so many people that are also creatives too. Also, we all love the same thing, man. We just love drawing pictures, dude, and getting paid for it.
Yeah.
To see so many of them, like, personally hate me. Like, hate the way I am or who I am. Yeah, super disappointing, man. But what could you do? Like, I just had to ride it out. That's kind of all I could do. Is just like, all right, it is a bit shit. It is a bit weird. There's plenty of opinions.
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today I'm going off script with one of the coolest guys on the internet. His name is not Elliot, but his name is actually Evan. He comes from India. Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
You did not, right? I was figuring this out in my head like the whole day. I need to do this. This will be so cool.
That's such a wicked intro. Well done, dude.
So, it's not Evan. CJ, welcome to the Offscript podcast.
Dude, thank you so much for having me, man. I'm very excited to be here because we've been trying to do this now for what?
Yeah, a couple of months now.
A couple of months, maybe, yeah.
It's so many different things.
But we're here. We're finally here. It feels so good.
Finally.
Genuinely, thank you so much for having me, man. I'm really excited to chat shop with you, man.
Yeah, it's honestly a pleasure. I mean, I've had works in the building. I had to cancel like 5-6 recordings with different people. It's been horrible. They've been drilling and, you know, the noise is horrible. But at this hour, I don't think they will work on anything. So
what time is it?
We'll be able to. Sorry?
What time is it?
It's, almost 8. Yeah, dude. 1 hour after. Yeah. 1 hour more than in the UK. Yeah. I mean, even though we are kind of on a same line geographically, but Spain is like the rest of the Europe. As I said, it's really a pleasure to have you. And I started with the Evan guy. My goodness.
A good idea.
Yeah. How did it feel really when you received the message from one of your followers? You might want to check this out. What did you feel when you went to that website?
Dude, I get a lot of messages from a lot of people with all kinds of weird stuff, man. And I very rarely open them. You know what I mean? Like I can kind of just tell from the first little like bit of the message. So I'm like, this is not worth it.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the dude that sent me the message, but I remember seeing the first couple of lines and thinking, nah, I've got to open it. And this was at maybe 10:30 at night. Like I was just about to go to bed. And for some reason, man, I just was like scrolling, saw the request and I was like, what's this then? And I clicked it, saw the message, and I just couldn't help. At first, I was like, oh, it's probably just some spam shit, dude. Like I get stuff like that all the time. But I opened this thing up and it was the weirdest feeling because everything about this website was my website, right? Everything. Like colors, shapes, the way it loaded. It was a full clone. But the only difference that I could see off the bat immediately was my logo was gone and it said the word Delwox. So I was like, what am I like? Am I going crazy? And I'm thinking it's like 10:30 at night. So I'm like, am I just tired, dude? Am I just, just a joke? Is it a prank? I didn't really know. And as I scrolled down and there was an image that was obviously, it's my images of me. But then it just wasn't me looking back at me. It was just someone else's face. And I remember just like shouting out to my partner, being like, "You've got to come and see this. Like, am I going crazy? Is this real?" And I showed it to her, and she was like, "Has someone like cloned you?" I was like, "This is insane." But I was like, "It's 10:30 at night. Like, what am I going to do about this? I just want to go to bed. I can't do anything about this." So it was like a horrible way to suddenly like heighten my cortisol just before I go to sleep. So I'm just lying in bed like, I've got to deal with that tomorrow. Like, I don't know what that is, but I need to do something about it. And then it wasn't until I woke up the kind of like in the morning, checked it again, and then I was like, right, what is it that I'm looking at here? Is this like a joke thing or is it like genuinely real? And the more I looked, man, I started going through like my own website, like going through like the portfolio bit and then going through the working bit. I really saw like, no, this is someone is passing themselves off like as me in the weirdest way possible. So I'd always heard, we all have, right? We've all heard of people use like stealing other people's work. Like that's one way of doing it, like taking someone's mark or logo or piece of, whatever the creative is and trying to pass it off as their own. This dude did the opposite of that in a way. It was like, I know what I'll do. I'll just pass everything off about him and then just put my face on top of his face.
Yeah, that was the coolest part. I was looking at that photo and oh my God, and he did such a good job on the first page.
That's the thing. Like I couldn't be mad in a weird way. Like, so I wasn't mad. I was so intrigued by it. Really, everyone was telling me like, dude, you need to stop this. This is really awful. But I was like, I don't know. I think it's kind of awesome in a weird way. Like I just thought, I was weirdly honored to be that like ripped off to the point where someone's like, no, I want to have everything of his. I want to have his studio. I want to have his like every image was completely photoshopped and it was a really good job. Like one image was so good that I'm like, I don't think anyone would have known. Like if you could have put that in front of anyone and they'd gone, that's an image of that guy. Some of them were a little bit ropey where he'd clearly used like maybe AI to do it. There was like a side image of my face.
Yes, and, I've seen that. Oh
the eye was like white, like he was some sort of like demon. It looked terrible. Yeah. But he passed everything off as mine. He just ultimately lifted my entire site, everything I'd ever done, just claimed it as his own. My retaliation that I thought was just awesome and funny which was a terrible idea, really. But I platformed it and put it out to everyone and was like, oh, check this out. This is really mental. And then I was like, I'll just, it literally did nothing, but I turned my studio into Delwalk. So I made like a really crappy handmade sign of his logo and put it outside my studio. Because he took a photo. No, he took the photo of me stood outside my studio and just removed my logo. So I was like, what would be the best way to fight this back? And my stupid head was like, I'll just put his logo on my studio. What amazing, what a really ultimately just a funny experience. People thought it was maybe quite damaging, but I thought I just couldn't see it being that damaging because it was just, he picked a random, I think if it was anyone else, if it was someone without maybe such a distinctive social presence, it could have been dangerous, right? Because wouldn't know. But like everyone who's ever been on my website or any of my own clients, they would have just immediately been like, this isn't obviously him. Yeah. So like, I couldn't see it being too damaging to me or my business, but it was enough to be like, okay, I need to like shine a light on it and try and do something. But I don't know if it still exists today. I haven't checked. I might check.
No, it's not online anymore.
Have you checked?
Yeah, I went like half an hour ago.
Oh, we got it down. Oh,
as far as I can see, it was down. Yeah,
dude, it's gone forever. It's kind of a shame.
Yeah. Well, you have the videos on Instagram at least, so there's a memory. Yeah. But your year, well, we are like, it's May. Couldn't be more full of these weird situations. Another one that happened like maybe 2 weeks ago with a certain not cool guy. Honestly, like I asked you right now, like how did it feel and how this other thing felt? It's a different kind of situation. You were like literally personally attacked, mocked by someone who thought it was funny to do it in that way. How did it, affect you? Did it really go to your on a personal level? How did you feel?
Yeah, this is a really interesting like subject. I've had to like spend a lot of it's a good job maybe we're doing this conversation now after some like really good time like just reflecting on it and really making sure that nothing's said out of just initial reactions. But when I first saw it, like I meet the actual first time I saw this bit of media, basically for context, it was an image, a video. It was clearly depicting as close to me as possible, but like I didn't immediately think that it was a personal attack on me. Like I didn't think that. believe it or not. I was just like, all right, I can see the resemblance quite clearly,
Okay.
but like maybe it is just a joke. It was everyone else that clearly saw it because I was just getting tagged constantly. Like I didn't
Yeah,
think it
yeah.
was until hundreds of other people thought it was. I was getting people sending me going, dude, this is you, dude, this is you, dude, this is you. So I started to think, shit, maybe it is me. There was a bunch of arguments being like, oh, it's obviously not about you. I thought of 9 other designers before I thought of you. That's fine. But hundreds of other people did think it was me. So I had to like look at it from that lens and take a look.
Yeah.
And like the more I looked into it, I was like, yeah, hi, maybe it is about me. Because there was just some real specific kind of like key identifiable things. Like we all make these kind of like videos, right? These like silent-esque
Yeah.
Charlie Chaplin style like videos. It's a great way to communicate your ideas by doing it silently. I love doing it. I'm a big like caricature of myself anyway. So like I really love making stuff like that. And we've all got our own like fingerprint to it. And this particular video had a lot of my fingerprints on it as opposed to kind of like a generalized version of it. If we really wanted to be nitpicky about it, right? There was some like real specifics that was like, oh no, he's like studied my video here, not just everyone's. It's very specifically mine. And I was still okay about it at that moment. Like I still was like, it's kind of funny in a way, but it was what the video incited. Like I don't think what was created was maybe 100% being created to try and like screw with me, but it definitely opened up the valve to allow other people to be like, yeah, I hate this dude. And so like all the arguments of being like, oh, it's obviously not about you. At the very same time, there's a bunch of people being like, well, it clearly is about him and I do hate him and he does suck and I hate his face and I hate the way he does it and I can't respect this guy. I hate his work and I hate his face. I hate the way he does. It was just a lot of hate being happening. And then the problem I had then with that particular individual that made it is that they were fine with that because those comments were coming in and they were coming in fast and they were coming in quick. And I woke up to it. I literally woke up and just like all these people were like, fuck, I hate him. I hate him so much. I woke up to that, saw that and was like, whoa, that's pretty intense. And like, whether you want to argue whether like it was not done maliciously or not, the fact that those comments were coming in and he saw those comments and did nothing about them, just let them live there and sit there, would argue, if we're going to be real, that it was incited to do that, right? But we'll play the game and say that it wasn't. We'll go along with it. I'm okay about doing that. Like, we'll go like, no, obviously it wasn't about me. But, you know, the 150 people that all sat there and was like, yeah, CJ sucks and we hate his face. And he was okay about it and even liked a few. Maybe would argue that it was about me. But hey ho, man, it is what it is, man. Like, it was like the video itself I thought was genuinely funny. If he'd have sent it to me, it's like, dude, I think you're really parodiable. Love to take the piss. And we had a bit of camaraderie about it. I'd have been like, hell yeah, let's sign it off. Let me tag me in it and I'll put it on my own feed as well. But that's not how it went. You know, it just didn't go that way. You know, it left a bad taste in my mouth. Of course it did. But I didn't say too much about it. I just said like, look, because there was like loads of people giving me a hard time for even like speaking up that I wasn't okay about it. Like I just said like, oh, it doesn't feel good. I think my words were literally like, it doesn't feel like a great thing. It doesn't feel like a bit of a ha-ha joke. It does feel like and people were like, oh my God, I can't believe you feel like that. Like people were just like so angry at me for not being okay with it. And that was quite disappointing. Like that was a bit of a disappointing moment for me, just to sort of see so many people thinking that it's to call out behavior that you don't love is worse than to actually mock and incite people. Like no one was being like, oh, Elliot, you shouldn't have done that thing. But everyone was like, oh, CJ, you shouldn't be not okay with it. I was like, what the fuck? It doesn't matter. It was such a weird thing. It was like a real thing. Sorry, Alec, go on.
Were you surprised by all the hate, by the amount of from other people? I mean, from the design community, obviously, because...
Bits and bobs. There was a few people that I'd seen. There's a few names in there amongst them all that had either liked it, liked some of the dodgy comments, or had maybe even commented themselves. That I saw those names was surprised because I was like, oh, we've interacted before and we've communicated and I actually had a lot of respect for you. So that sucked. But like at the same time, like I've had my fair share of it over the last like 3-4 years of making content. I've had so many moments of people being like, yeah, I hate this dude, hate the way he does it, hate his face, hope he does all these terrible things. Like I've seen that and I've heard that, but that's okay when it kind of happens like sporadically, right? Like it happens over time.
Yeah.
But like when it's all happening all at once, all at the same time, it is super, super overwhelming, regardless of who you are. I got really thick skin, dude, but it definitely, of course it got to me, man. I would challenge anyone. I challenge anyone on this planet to wake up and just see so many people that are also creatives too. Also, we all love the same thing, man. We just love drawing pictures, dude, and getting paid for it.
Yeah.
To see so many of them, like, personally hate me, like, hate the way I am or who I am. Yeah, super disappointing, man. But what could you do? Like, I just had to ride it out. That's kind of all I could do. Is just like, all right, it is a bit shit. It is a bit weird. There's plenty of opinions. And that's what I found quite hard to accept as well, is that there were so many people that were, like, I put my opinion out there that I just didn't love it. And there were so many people being like, no, you can't have that opinion.
Yeah.
But then
you cannot even decide if you like it or not.
Yeah.
Or...
And then their argument would immediately be, but it's just an opinion. If Elliot has an opinion, you have to just be okay with it. And I'm like, okay, well, my opinion is that I don't love it, so you have to be okay with it. Like, no, I'm not okay with it. You suck. I'm like, well, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Play by your rules, which is your rules are, it's an opinion, you just have to like it or lump it. My opinion is I think it's dog shit. And then their opinion is like, no, you can't have that opinion. So I was like, you're just wasting your time trying to communicate with these people. I was like, just, what am I doing, dude? But it got out of hand, man. And maybe that's a little bit of my own fault. And I'll hold my hands up and put it up there, man. Like, if I hadn't have put any light on it, maybe that wouldn't have happened. But like, before I knew it, dude, I was having like emails from people in my inbox where I usually get my clients come through being like, go and end your own life. Like, you're a suck, you're a horrible white man, you're privileged. All that crazy stuff. I was like, I just didn't really like the video. Like, how is it going?
Yeah, I mean,
it was mad. It was crazy. It was just a crazy experience.
Wow. Well, but another big thing happening for you this year, way better than both of these we talked about right now, is that you're getting married next weekend.
Literally.
So, I mean, you said before the session that you are like both scared and so excited about it. Tell me more.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude, like I'm as every day gets a little bit closer to it, I'm immensely like grateful for it. Like, what a wonderful thing, dude. Like, I said to you, didn't I, that if you spoke to me 6 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, like I didn't think I was going to be the dude to be able to find another human being that wanted to spend the rest of their life. That was genuinely not on my cards. I didn't think that was possible. I really didn't see that happening. I didn't believe in it. Something I never really spent any time thinking about. And when I met my partner 6 years ago, she met me and I was homeless. So I lived, at this moment, I had a really bad thing happen and I was living on the floor of my boss's house. Literally sleeping on his floor. And I remember having a brown Kangol bag filled with a few shirts, some pants, some socks. That's all I had to my name. No money in my account. I was working as a designer in the house somewhere. And I guess, I wasn't the guy that you'd want to pick in any way. Like, I didn't have a driving license. I'd never been abroad. I had no money. I had no home. Like, I wasn't really a catch. But somehow I ended up kind of interacting with her. And I was really honest right from the get-go, dude. I just remember saying to her, like, look, I'm going to be real with you. This is where I'm at. It's not great. And I totally understand if you go, I don't want to really, I'm not going to entertain this. Because why would you? And I explained that to her and she was like, cool. What are you doing tomorrow? Should we do something?
Wow.
Is she okay? Is she crazy? Like, what's going on? Why would she want to do that? And she saw something, man. She saw something in me and I'm forever still to this day incredibly grateful. 6 years later now, in literally 9 days from now, I'm going to be marrying her. And it's something that I'm struggling to get my head around. Like, if I can be completely real and honest and candid, man, it's like a feeling where I'm still struggling to let myself be happy and like accept that like good things can happen. I had like a really bad script growing up. I had a script where it was basically good things don't happen to us, only the bad shit, and that's a hard thing to kind of change. She helped me change that, but every now and then it creeps back in. So it's really mixed. She knows this, like, it might sound quite sad to hear, but she knows this. I tell her that she knows everything. Like, there's nothing that woman doesn't know about me and how I truly feel. And that's what makes it such a wonderful relationship. But she she respects that I'm in a situation where I am immensely excited and proud, and so I feel so genuinely lucky to find someone that wants to spend the rest of their life with me. But I am dealing with a few little battles in my own head of trying to like accept it. It's okay to do this, and it's like we deserve it, dude. It's okay. It's like, going to be awesome. So it's a real mixed bag feeling. Like overall, it's amazing and awesome, and I'm super excited. But there is a part of me that's like, shit, dude, we didn't see this coming. Like this wasn't in the stars, man, and we're doing it. So I'm like a big believer, man, about like I only get excited like on the day, like about anything.
Okay.
I really struggle to get excited about something until it's happening, because I'm always kind of like, no, I don't know if it's going to happen yet. I don't believe it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like even like a holiday, dude, or anything. I'm like, people are like, you excited to go away? And I'm like, I'll be excited when I'm there.
Yeah. When
I'm
we're
just
there.
always, yeah. So it's even like a little bit like that with the wedding. There's moments where I'm like excited, but I think on the day I'll be like, immensely being proud.
Honestly, can't wait to see at least some pictures or something from the day.
Dude, I'm gonna vlog little bits of it. I am gonna vlog it, dude. I am.
Oh, that's
One of my best friends. He is literally about 2 or 3 days ago. He just summited Everest. So he's an absolute beast, dude. Yeah, like it's hard to have friends like that. The guy's an animal. Like he just climbed Everest, and he's technically younger than me. He's just a rock star. He's just one of the coolest people I know. And he got to climb Everest through the army, but the army got him to do it only if he would vlog doing it. So he has never vlogged in his life, but loves the fact that I make vlogs and we've watched them together and done stuff together. So he got to vlog the entire experience. So he even wants to vlog my wedding, which I'm totally up for. It's going to be a very weird wedding. It's not normal of any kind. It's
okay.
There's going to be a surf simulator there, so you can surf, and there's like a Skittles alley where you can play Skittles, and there's an aerial hoop there, and there's an illustrator drawing us and stuff. Like it's a very weird, strange, not normal in any way wedding.
Okay, that's perfect. I'm all in for that.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude, if you were in the UK, you could have come. Anyone can come. Dude, it's an open invite to as many people as possible. I need them. I don't have anyone in my corner, so my partner's guests are probably about 90% of them, and 10 of them are mine. So
okay.
I need people in my corner, Alan. I need you there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess Liz is coming, right?
I did invite Liz, but unfortunately, she literally got an invite to the only wedding she's had over the last 5 years from one of her really good friends.
Oh, God.
Like, you can't not go to hers. I understand this. But she was invited to the wedding, but I don't have Liz there. It's annoying.
Yeah.
I'd love to have Liz there. But dude, it's going to be a blast, man. It's just going to be a big party. I'm taking like all of my cameras that I have here in the studio. I got like 3 or 4, and then I have like a 360 camera, and I'm going to give them to all of my guests, and I'm going to make them film the whole day and do bits and run around, and then I'll make some sort of video out of it in the end.
That will be fabulous.
It's a way to save some money, right? Because it's super expensive.
Yeah, that's
game. Yeah, hiring a videographer would cost me like 2, 3, 4 grand. I'll just give everyone my cameras and let them do it. That's the goal.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the good things, that you are like on social media, you have the equipment.
Yeah, man.
Everything's there. Yeah. I honestly love the way you present things and the way you do those reels. Because for me, to be on a video a couple of years back, even now, is such a scary thing. Honestly, like recording each of these episodes is such a scary thing for me, and it's so much anxiety before I start talking. When I start talking, I kind of relax a bit. But how does it feel for you? I mean, I know you've mentioned in a couple of interviews you hated it. You hated doing those videos at the beginning. How did it evolve? How do you feel about them right now?
It's a good question, dude. I still don't love doing it in some ways. Like there's still like, it's not my ultimate love. Like I find love in it sometimes to do it. Like it was born out of necessity. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what it really came down to. It's just, I had no clients, dude. I had no way of getting clients, finding clients. And I'd quit my job and had nowhere to go. So it was like, I just needed to get my work out there. I needed to show it somehow. And I was watching everyone else do it. I was watching people I even knew personally myself doing it. But I was not a native social media human being. I hated it. I just didn't understand it. I didn't really like enjoy it being a user of it. So suddenly becoming a creator on it seemed, well, barbaric. And it's like, how am I going to do that? I don't even like using the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But the more that kind of necessity started to like creep in of like, well, you've got a choice, dude. It's either you get stuck in and you start making stuff, or you got to go back to work, man. You're going to have to go back to working in a studio, working in an agency, working in house somewhere. And I just couldn't do that, dude. I just didn't want to do it. So making the video just suddenly became, easier to easier pill to swallow. But over time, it's just a love-hate relationship. There's sometimes where I'm like, I really enjoy making the video. Not always so much like with me being in it. Like that's not always like,
Okay.
that's not the bit I love. Do you know what I mean? Like I love
Yeah.
making the video. I like the craft of making a video. I love the editing. I love the storytelling. I love like scoring it and putting music over it and finding a way to like do something with it, even if it's just like a 60-second reel or obviously like a 40-minute YouTube vlog. Like it's quite clear probably to everyone that I enjoy making the video. Me being in it though, I'm in your camp with you, dude. Like it's terrifying still. Like that doesn't change. And I've made hundreds of videos and I've seen myself on like a massive 5K monitor zoomed right in. And I've seen the ugliest version of myself. I've seen the grossest bits of my face. That never goes away. I don't think that ever changes. And I'm okay with that. Like I've just come to like, I think it does. It takes a level of just finally accepting that it doesn't matter what, because it comes down to worrying what people are going to think and worrying like what others are seeing. When you start to realize that no one gives a shit, no one cares. No one cares about your skin. No one cares about
absolutely.
a wonky tooth or not a wonky tooth. Like it's only you that notices it. It really is only you that notices it. Maybe there's the odd idiot that does and wants to take the mick out of it. But dude, that's super rare, dude. I've had millions now, a lot of videos, and I could probably count on one hand how many times someone's maybe called out something very like, jarring about my appearance that I would also be like, oh, I hope you don't see it. So like, no one really cares, dude. They care about what you're creating. They care about what you're talking about. They care about how you can ultimately help them. Like that's what every video is a video is about. How can you be of service to somebody else? I think this is a big misconception with creating content. It's not actually about you. No one cares. And that's a weird thing to say because you're trying to build this personal brand. You're trying to show off who you are and what you do. But the video is really built to serve somebody. They're sat there looking for a video to watch that's going to solve a problem for them. It's going to make them, help them with their garden, how to fix it or how to do something in their own business. They're looking for a problem in their own life and going, okay, I need something that's going to help me solve it. It could be that they're just feeling a bit glum and a bit sad because life sucks a little bit and they're looking for someone to make them laugh. But like they're looking for a video for them, not anything about you. They don't care about what you look like. They don't care about how you speak. They don't care. They just like, can you serve me? And like the minute I started to kind of eventually over a long period of time, you start to get kind of that in your brain, you stop worrying about all that kind of stuff. When the camera suddenly looks at me and it's staring back at me, I used to be like, oh God, I wonder what I look like. Is my face okay? Is this, But now I'm just like, no one gives a shit, dude. There's only you. So get over it, man. And I struggle with like, I have psoriasis, dude, on my face. Like it's if anyone like doesn't know what psoriasis is, it's a completely like incurable skin disease, I think is actually what it is. And usually you get it on your limbs. So usually you get it on like elbows, knees, legs, stuff like that. I got it on my face and I was 15 years old when I got it on my face for the first time. And it's completely curable. I'll have it for the rest of my life. It's never going to go away, dude. And like right now, it's really good. Like right now, it's like for me, that's pretty good. But like I'll get like crazy red blemishes and like super dry skin. And like in the winter, it's gnarly. It just starts to crack. And like it can look awful. It can look so like I'll look in the mirror and just feel so much shame. Just feel awful with what's looking back at me. But I still don't let that be the thing that stops me from putting my face out there. Because like even then, I had a handful of people ever reach out to me like, oh, it looks a bit like shit. And it's usually actually someone just trying to be really polite and really nice and being like, look, I noticed that maybe you've got something wrong with your skin. I actually know a really great like thing that you can use to help with it. But like, you know, it's one of those, it's a funny relationship that you have to have with it. And it's like one that like, there's no advice I'm going to be able to give. There's no tangible thing I can give you to do it. It's exposure therapy and I reckon you
Yeah.
probably feel the same, dude. It's like, you just have to keep doing it. And like eventually you just get,
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I woke up this morning at 9 and I had 2 session plans, one with a designer illustrator from Poland and second one with you. And the first 2 hours I had breakfast, I had coffee with my husband and everything, and I was like checking my email, honestly hoping that someone would cancel. And it's such a weird anxiety that I feel, you know, when I wake up on these days. And I have 2 more tomorrow, 2 more of these. So it's,
you do.
but it's way different, you know. When I started talking to you, when we entered the chat, and when I sent you the link, it was completely gone. You know, at this moment, I don't feel anxiety. I don't feel that, you know, oh my God, I have to record it again tomorrow. It's such a weird thing, but before I actually start to do it, it's such a horrible thing. And honestly, like the podcast is 1.5 years, almost 2 years now. And before that, I never showed my face online. I was so afraid of it. No, never. Like even on my personal accounts, like where I have friends, you know, I was that person that was posting pictures of nice buildings, you know, architecture and stuff, or art or whatever, but I was never online. And then I don't even know how it happened. I went live on my Type Foundry profile just to go live, you know, just to say who I am, who's behind all the work and everything. And that video lasted for 1 hour with the questions from people. And it was so crazy to me, like, my goodness, like what's going on and who am I right now? So it's
how did you go from 0 to an hour live?
1 hour. I mean, it was
gnarly jump.
Yeah, I thought it will be like 5-10 minutes, you know, this is who I am, this is my studio, here's where I work, blah blah. But then people joined, then they asked questions, and I was looking at it was an hour. And then later, after that, it was like all the emotions were so weird. I was like 2 hours laying in bed, not doing anything, like just trying to process everything. It was such a weird day for me, but I know, you know, as you said, it's an exposure therapy.
Yeah.
It's, you go do it and it becomes easier with time, but it's kind of always there, you know.
Yeah,
and honestly, I encourage people to do it. You know, whether it's a podcast or an Instagram or a reel or whatever, you know, if you have the needs, if you know, feel that it will be good for your business, I mean, just do it. And no one really cares. As you said, millions of views and almost no one said anything about anything. So, and I had never, you know, English is not my native language. So it was also terrifying for me. You know, my guests are mostly from the UK and the US who speak perfectly. And then I go and make a mistake, and I actually don't even cut it out. If I make a mistake, it's fine. You know, honestly, if there is someone who will come point out that mistake to me, I mean, they are, I will not say irrelevant, but honestly, like, come on, you have better things to do in your life. Seriously.
Dude, this is exactly why I really love what you do, dude, and like what you stand for. We have such similar values. That like unfiltered side of things, there's that rawity of it, of like, this is who I am. Like, you're just going to have to like it or lump it.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I can't just keep editing me to be perfect for everyone else. And I think a lot of people get stuck in that, is that they just so badly. I was speaking to one of my design mentees today, and same thing. He's got everything in the chamber, man. He's got talent. He's got all the processes. He's got all the tools, man. And the only thing that's in his way is the confidence side of stuff. It's his mindset telling him not capable of doing it. He's not able of doing it. And it usually comes down to the worry of trying to be perfect, worried. Like he can't even, he finds it quite hard to even send a voice note to someone. It's like, I need to do it like 4 or 5 times because I wouldn't be able to say what I want to say right. And that's where I think so many people, if you're in that mindset of like, it has to be perfect, you'll never do the thing. You'll never make the video. You'll never put yourself out there because I promise you now, there is no perfect. It doesn't exist.
No.
I've been in the pursuit of it. I've tried for so long. And what happens when you do it is that everything stops. I had it maybe about 2 years ago now. Like made videos, didn't give a shit, didn't care. Then something changed in me and life changed a little bit. And I started to be like, okay, everything has to be perfect. And I have to get things exactly the way things need to be because I guess I'd built such a, this wonderful audience of people and I'd had shown so much kind of win after win after win. It's like, I have to maintain it. I can't show failure here. But then nothing was, I stopped making. I just stopped creating videos. I stopped creating things because I couldn't be perfect. And when that suddenly happened,
absolutely no perfect.
It doesn't exist, man. I promise you are looking for something that doesn't exist. Showing just the real side of shit, unscripted. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake, man. Like it's the most, I think, in a world now, as well, like you look at like AI, man, and the way things are with that. More than ever right now, we need imperfection. We need people to be human and be real and make a mistake and cock something up. Like I'm yearning for it. And I think so many other people are as well, dude. That's why I started the Sticky Nose podcast with Jack. Why I was so stoked to do this with you is because you're in that camp with me of like, man, this is what you're getting. And that's why I said the same thing about the psoriasis. Like, I can't change it. It's incurable. So what, am I just never going to put my face out in the world?
I mean,
this is what I've got. This is what God gave me, man. I've just got to accept it and run with it. Go for it. And it is what it is. And like, I really do promise it's whatever goes in your head, like you were saying a second ago, right? The anxiety is just before it happens. It's not whilst it's happening. Before it. It's that anticipation. It's that waiting. You just start ruminating, coming up with all these things of why it's going to go wrong and why it's not going to work. But none of it is all in your, it's not a thing, dude. It's a real tough mindset thing to get out of. I think if you've got someone in your corner that can help you, like my partner, man, she's that woman for me. She does that. Sounds like your partner is very much that.
Absolutely,
He's the guy that's going to break those awful habits and those ruminating thoughts. You can have someone in your camp, just one. You don't need 100. You don't need a million.
Just one.
One saying, no, you can do it. No. Try again, go again. I think you're great. Dude, that's all you actually need. Don't worry about the 10 comments, 20 comments, 100 million.
I mean, really, I've always been, surprised when people go online to write something bad about anything, because in Bosnia, where I come from, there's like this weird political situation. You have, I'm not going even to try to explain. Whenever I try to explain to my friends here in Spain or anyone else, it's too complicated. The country has 3 presidents, 16 3 presidents at the same time. And
oh, Lord.
I mean, honestly, it's such a horrible and stupid thing, probably. And each of those presidents has to be from a certain nation, even though they are all living and being in Bosnia. But, there are nationalities and it's such a weird thing. But there's so much hate on news, like websites and everything. And when you go and everyone is fighting in the comments and is so much hate there. And I've seen it, from an early age. And then you go even here in Spain and, there are parties for this and there's left side and right side and whatever. And even, when you watch, I don't know, Eurovision or whatever, there's so much hate in the comments. And I never could understand, why would someone waste their time to actually go comment something bad for someone who actually did something? It's such a weird thing for me. And it's still, there's no way for me to comprehend that mentality to actually, I'm reading this news. He did something. He, I don't know, wrote a book or whatever, and I'm going to write something bad about it. I don't know. It's such a weird thing.
It's something I've never been able to find the answer to, dude. And so I hear it massively. And like, that's what I really struggled with that story earlier about the video that was made about me and all these comments coming in, is that I couldn't find, honestly, I don't know how far I'd need to dig deep into my own soul, my own gut, to muster up the energy to see something online that someone's done and go, I need to tell this complete stranger I do not know that I hate them or I don't like what they're about. I can't do it, dude. Like, even if I just really tried, I can't get the energy to give a fuck about writing something to someone that doesn't know.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, that is like, there just are people out there that are capable of doing it and willing to do it. And I think even trying to understand them is a waste of our precious time, dude. Like, I just think there are people that are going to always do it, whether we like it or not. And when I see it, I always do try to see it with a level of empathy of like, it takes a certain person, man. It must be a very hurt person, a very sad person, a very, to really stop their day, stop everything they're doing and like, no, I've got to tell this stranger on the other side of the planet that they're doing is wrong, even though they just drew a picture or they made a book or they cooked a certain thing on a certain way. You know, it is a really sad world we live in. We can't change it, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you got to sink or swim in that moment. And I just try to swim, man. I just swim past it and say, yeah, it is what it is. People say crazy shit. And it is usually 9 times out of 10 as well. It's people that you don't need to respect ever. Like, whenever I do get those crazy ass comments that are just nuts and wild and mental, when you look at like the people that are posting that kind of stuff, it's just usually some like big sweaty weirdo in their mum's basement. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm thinking like, I probably don't need to worry about that guy. Like, I don't need his respect. Like, if it's like my hero saying it, it's like my all-time hero is in the comments being like, shut up, Siege, you're an idiot. I'd be like, oh my God. Like Andy797 from the middle of Utah. Like, I don't know you. I don't care. Like, it's going to be okay. Like, it's fine.
What can I do? Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. So I also want to, I know we are almost an hour talking here, and even before we start recording, I will not keep you for too much, but I'm having so much fun, honestly. One of the things we were talking about, and it's kind of related to what we do, there is so much AI slop out there, and I really try not to talk about AI, but because honestly, it's so annoying. It's everywhere, and even the quality of the things we see online is so bad and so, artificial, but you see it's so artificial. Today I published an episode, and I said to my guest, he's an illustrator, amazing, from Belgium. Recently I was traveling and I saw this billboard in Germany in an airport, and the billboard was like for a fast food or healthy food chain. I don't even remember. And the people were generated with AI, and you could see it on, and you just have no desire to go to that place to eat that food, no matter how delicious it is so bad. But what I wanted to ask and, go back to is, you have quite a good hobby right now if AI takes over the world, you can go into wood making.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. The AI thing is scary, man. I'm going to lie to you. Like, it's definitely, like, regardless of whether we think it's shit or not shit, and like, I'm in the camp of it is shit, like, not good. And like, it does blow my mind that there is a bunch of people that, like, I think it's great. I think the work's absolutely on the same par as all of these designers. Like, that audience exists whether we like it or not. Like, I've always, again, come to those terms. Like, there are people that want it, people that don't. I've always explained it like the McDonald's theory, which is like, there's cheeseburgers from McDonald's. It is technically a burger. It has bun. There's beef inside of it. It gets made really quickly. It's really cheap. You go up to a thing, pop, 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 and someone goes, there you go, there's a burger. But if you leave it out for like 49 days, it doesn't go moldy or anything. It's weird, right? It's not good. It's not good for you. It will mess your insides up. But technically, it is a burger. There will always be an audience for it. McDonald's is everywhere. It's a $1 trillion company. It exists. There's no point fighting it. It's the same with AI. It exists. It's a stinky old nasty old burger. It is what it is, and people are happy to sit and eat it. Then there are going to be a bunch of people that go, I don't really want McDonald's. I want a nice burger cooked by a chef, by a human being with love, heart, and soul and good ingredients. And I'm willing to pay more for it, and I'm willing to wait longer for it. They still exist. There's burger joints all over the world.
Yeah.
Don't
All
operate
over
like
the
that.
world. Yeah.
So that worry of like, oh no, AI is going to take everyone over. No one did when McDonald's happened, everyone wasn't like, right, shut up shop, shut the restaurants, McDonald's here, we can't operate anymore. There's just an audience for it. It's kind of the same, but it still worries me. Like I'm still, I'm not an idiot. I'm not completely naive to it. It will get better, I imagine. It's already got better in the few years I've seen it, but
Yeah.
I'm not trying to create an exit plan for my own job, but like worst case scenario, if I had to, I'd just go back to making real stuff, dude, which I've already started like arguably doing in the studio here already. Like I do so much more than merch stuff, like printing t-shirts and creating stuff that like, just like, what can I do that AI just can't do? And that is at the moment, like it can't genuinely get these fingertips and start creating things with it. So I'm going to do that. And like I've even started making like logos out of wood by accident. Just started carving them out of wood, making stuff like that, doing like lino printing and things like that again. So man, if I wasn't a designer, dude, I'd have to do something with my hands, man. I used to have a camper van years and years ago. And I'd love to have another one again, but I used to love like building camper vans and like creating stuff for that. And like I'd have to do something still creative, but just with my hands.
Yeah. How happy was CJ with the wedding gift? I mean, it was beautiful, and yours is beautiful as well.
Thank you. So. Yeah, he was stoked, and he was actually more pissed off than anything else, because I set the bar really high. I didn't mean to.
Oh, okay.
But but it was hard because like he got married like almost like a month and a half away, something like that. So I was like, I could just give him some money for his wedding gift, but then he'll just give me the money back. So that's pointless.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to make him something. So I made him that thing, and I did it purely out of just love and care. And I gave it to him, and he was so grateful. He was like, oh my God, this is incredible. Thank you so much. This is amazing. But then he was like, fuck, you're getting married in like a month and a half's time. How am I going to beat this? Like, how am I going to
how do you beat that?
Yeah, so I have said so he was actually a little bit annoyed with me. And I'm you know what, I understand it, I get it, but I'm really excited to see what he comes up with now. So in 9 days' time I'll find out what he's come up with, and if it's not better than a wooden sign, then unlucky Jack. You tried, but
we'll see what happens. Yeah. So, you also work very closely with Jack. You've been hanging out, and you now started the podcast, and I loved it. I absolutely loved, the honesty and the way you approach things. And as you said, AI is not really doing that. People are really craving the honesty, the genuine people conversation, and I love that. How does it feel? I have this, it's kind of a conversation, but I'm also like interviewing and asking questions. You guys have a different dynamic. It's a different kind of, you talk about different stuff. How did you get to it? How did you come up with the idea, and how did it started?
Yeah, like it was, honestly, we've actually been doing it for 4 years. We've been doing it for a really long time. So we've been getting on a call with each other, just like me and you are right now, since like the very, very beginning. Me and Jack found each other like very early on in our own careers going freelance. We were like months into being freelance.
Wow.
Came across each other's work through Instagram, really liked each other's work, and just immediately like reached out to each other and was like, hey dude, love what you're about. He was like, yeah, me too. And before I know it, we were just jumping on a call all of the time. We were just jumping on a call. How are you getting on with this, dude? Like, how are you finding that? Have you got this client going on? Like, God, did you make a video? How did it go? Did this so we were just doing that for years, because it's like a really lonely game. Being a freelance designer is like, it's lonely, dude. We didn't realize how lonely it was going to be. I was super naive to that idea. I just thought like, oh yeah, quit my job, do my own thing. It's going to give me loads of freedom. It does do that, but it then meant I was just completely like, there's no one that you just like look to the side and have a chat to. So like, me and Jack were doing that for each other. We were both experiencing that and be like, right, every Thursday, let's just jump on a call and just have like a self check-in. Just like, how are you getting on? What's pissing you off? What's a headache? And there was nothing about it that was ever like a business idea or anything like that. It was just purely out of just like love, friendship, looking after each other. And there was so many times on those calls that we were like, tell you what, if we had that on recording, that would have been pretty good, I reckon. That would have been a good bit of advice, maybe, or something that we just experienced that was really honest that might help somebody else. And it took like 3 or 4 years for us to be finally like, should we just hit record on these conversations now? And that's just all they were. And then that's why we had the rule of like, okay, if we're going to do this, they can't change from that. Like, we can't try and over polish it or overcook it, script this shit. Like, what would we just jump on a call about this week and talk about? Like, what's going on in the weeds of our business, weeds of our own personal life that I would genuinely want to talk to Jack about if the camera wasn't on? What would that look like? It just so happens to be that the camera's recording.
Yeah,
and then that's what we share. And the response has been mega. The response has been insane. Like, we've just only like released our 4th episode.
Yeah.
Like, thousands of subscribers already. So many wonderful comments and emails from saying just neat. It's just like 2 people being honest, sharing something very like honestly and candidly, kind of ungatekeeping things. You know, we only reason we got to where we were in our own businesses purely by not gatekeeping with each other. Like, I shared everything, even though technically he was a competitor. He did the same thing with me. He did everything.
Yeah.
But actually, we just would win quicker. We'd fail quicker, which means we got to get better quicker. So we were like, well, what if we just was able to do that for like a bunch of people? Had a blast doing it. It keeps it really simple then. Like, it's so easy for us. Like, we literally, we do it on a Friday now, but Friday mornings we get in, I turn my camera on, get on Riverside just like this. We chat for an hour about some shit we want to talk about. Generally just good mates. Stop, press it, like, turn record off, send it to a fantastic video editor that we have now, which is really cool. We have a video editor. Never thought that happened in the world.
Yeah, like
I always edit my own videos. I do everything myself. I love doing it. We have an editor that edits the podcast for us called James. He's absolutely just an insane talent and is like, he's adding so much like value to it. And it just gets done and put it out into the world, man. Yeah, I'm so lucky and privileged. It's like, it just came from just, we were doing it already. So we missed out on so much good shit.
Yeah.
We're trying to like go back and like remember conversations we once had that might be of service or help. But yeah.
No, I absolutely love that. And honestly, I mean, as you said, no gatekeeping. It's a podcast. We're practically, competition, but come on. I mean, it would be such a shame not to talk about it. And
dude, absolutely.
I absolutely love what you guys do and even the work you do and everything. And even the story. Now I know you way better. And it's such a different perspective and everything. And what even, not related to the podcast, but one of the things, when you say, when you were homeless and the second job, if I'm correct, it was a £3,000 job that you refunded like after very short period of time. Why? I did the same thing a couple of times because you just see that there is no connection. But tell me your experience, especially in that kind of situation.
Dude, you did your research, man. I just want to give you your flowers massively. Anyone listening to this podcast right now, Alan knows his shit. He does his research. He's really good at this. Yeah, dude, that project was crazy. It was really early on. I got this gig. Like, I knew from the get-go, like, I had a first conversation with this person, really difficult to deal with. It was going to be a trouble. It was going to be a headache. But I didn't have any options, dude. It was this gig or we're not paying the rent, bro. Which one are you going to do? So I was like, right, ignore all the red flags. None of them are real. They didn't happen. And I took the gig on, but within a few weeks, actually what really happened was he didn't pay straight away. And I said to him, I was like, look, he had this like crazy deadline. I was like, if you want to do that deadline, you need to pay me here, and then I can start here to get to here. Are we all on board? He was like, yeah, we're on board. So I sent him the invoice. Nothing. Days went by. I was like, dude, that deadline, we're not going to get it. I don't get paid. I'm not going to put this on a single bit of paper until payment. So sorry, dude, can't do it. And then eventually, like 2 weeks later, he was like, oh, dude, I just paid it. Sorry about that. Blah, blah, blah. I come up with a bunch of excuses. And I kind of knew he was going to do this. And he was like, right, can we get this thing done then? And I was like, no, we're 2 weeks late, you absolute idiot. What do you mean? Like, you're an adult. You're a fucking adult, dude. You drive a car and you have a family. How did you not think that 2 weeks have gone by and I told you 20 times that we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
How are you coming to me still as an adult asking that question? That's nuts to me. I was like, no, we can't do it. And he was like, oh, okay, that's fine. All right, I understand. Obviously, I said it much more polite than that. Swear to God. But then I was like, look, dude, I'm going away on, like, this was the problem we had, is I'm going away on a holiday. I got a family holiday I'm going to. So look, it's going to have to wait until I get back. He was like, yeah, I totally understand. That's fine. So I was like, okay, cool. We understand. It's great. I was 2 days into my holiday. This is when I was in Germany, actually. I drove over to Germany.
Okay.
And I got an email from him. Saw it come through whilst I was driving. I could see it like boop, pop through. I was like, Jesus, man, he knows I'm away. What's he doing? And then obviously I didn't reply because I was driving. And then when I got to where I was going, I had another email from him being like, right, dude, if you don't respond to me within the first hour, I'm not happy. Like, I've paid you. I expect responses from you. Dude, the email was literally this. It was literally like, if you don't reply within the first hour of me responding to you, like, that's unprofessional and I won't tolerate it. And I was like, I sent you an invoice 2 weeks ago, brother, and you ignored it for 14 days. And then I didn't reply to you within 1 hour, and then suddenly I'm the asshole.
Yeah, you're the bad guy.
This guy's mental. Like, you can't, like, this is insane. I won't do this. It's not worth it. So I was like, I was in Germany. I was like, I'm sending you your money back right now. I want nothing to do with this project. Leave me alone and send it back. Like, I was literally, I needed that project so badly. I was away on holiday spending money and then now sending money back.
Yeah.
I didn't have. Like, it was terrifying. Like, that's how it started. Like, technically, I should have quit then. Like, I could have quit then. Like, there was no clear sign for me that, like, oh no, it's all going to work out, Siege. You're going to be in your studio one day and work with brands from all around the world. Like, that was not the way this shit started. It started with me sending money back, having a horrendous time doing it, and then being like, I looked at my partner and was like, I might not be able to pay the rent. We might be in shit here. You know? Yeah, that was a crazy experience, dude. That was crazy.
Oh, I can only imagine. I mean, especially at that moment of your career, if it happened now, it would be way different. You know, it's a different story. But at that moment, I totally understand. And I mean, probably a lot of other designers, we are in this creative world, where everyone has their vision of beauty, but in your case, it's not even about the work you did, if he liked it or not. He was just like a weird, bad person, honestly.
Just an idiot, dude. Just not a great guy to work with. And he claimed he had this like really great business and it was so amazing and it was doing so well and all these other things. But I was like, if this is the way you operate, then like, damn, dude, like, I don't want to be a part of this. Like,
I mean,
I didn't quit my job to become someone's like employee again. Like, you just sent me the money to what you hired me as like a professional, not to own me. But his attitude was disgusting. And I was just like, I can't be on board with this. Like, I have that attitude with people now. Like, any client I have now, like, I interview them. And I know that sounds like really arrogant. I don't mean it to sound like that, but like, before I even work with anyone, send proposals, do anything, I jump on a call with them to have those conversations to figure that out. Like, I'm on that call with them in the first hour. I'm like, are you a knobhead? Basically. Like, you give me a hard time. Because if you are, I need to add like knobhead tax to this thing. Like, if you're going to be hard work, but I really need the gig, I am definitely going to tighten up the screws on the price because I don't want to have to deal with it, you know. But I'm in a very lucky, privileged position now as a freelancer where, like, if I see a red flag, I'm like, nah, I'm just not going to do the gig. I don't need to say yes to it, which is really, really lucky. I'm very, very grateful. That isn't. I could imagine that's not how it feels for a lot of other creatives. They kind of just see the red flags, but they just like, oh God, I have to ignore it because otherwise, like, I mean, I'm not going to get paid, man. So, and I'm always wary that may happen today, but you've got to set your boundaries. Like, money is not worth headache half the time.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, I've learned it the hard way, and I've said this before. I just want to be able to do things I like. And, you know, like, if I don't want to work tomorrow, I don't want to work tomorrow. Yeah. And that's one of the, non-negotiables for me anymore. So, yeah, I totally get it. Yeah. I mean, I'm blessed. I know that a lot of people cannot do it. I know that people are living all over the world in different countries where they are not able to, you know, afford things. And I know I'm lucky. And as you said, to be able to do this. But I think it comes with effort, and it comes with years of work, and God knows all the shits both of us have been through, and in work and family and everything. So yeah, absolutely grateful to be here, and absolutely grateful to be talking to you, man. This was such a great chat. Honestly,
dude, awesome, man.
I could go on more and more, but you have so many things to do. I have things to do.
Absolutely.
It's an hour. I will actually have to split this in 2 episodes. So yeah,
I think you will do. That's a serious session. We just did an hour.
Yeah,
and 15
yeah.
minutes. So thank you. If you
15.
got to the end of this, you're a legend. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But I do have one more question for you before we finish this one. It's not a hard one, I think, but what's the thing that you are most grateful for at this moment?
My partner. That's just the easiest answer I could ever give. She is just a weapon. Just the shit she has to put up with me, man. The dealing with me and my brain and the way I work, man. She doesn't moan ever. She just doesn't ever give me a hard time about how much of a hard time I am.
Okay,
dude, I'm the luckiest man in the world. The only reason I'm stood here talking to you is because of that. She showed me the way. She believed in me. That's the answer to no doubt in my mind. Under her.
That's really good. She'll be happy about it. You've been talking with some guy for an hour and 15 minutes, not being at home and doing the stuff, the chores and everything. But after this,
she won't moan about that either. She just gets it. And
that's really beautiful. Yeah. We'll talk in the meantime, but I wish you and Olivia all the best.
Thank you so
much. I wish you the most beautiful wedding day. I'm sure you'll have so much fun, because when it comes to that, as we said, when it starts, it will be really perfect and no anxiety or whatever will come. So I really wish you all the best. I really thank you for your time. It was, one of my favorite conversations, definitely. I shouldn't be saying that, while it's still recorded, but it's definitely... Yeah, I loved it because I related so much to you, and I really, really loved everything you said. And honestly, we have to do another session at some point.
Oh, we'll do it, dude. 100%. You can come on. You have to come onto mine. You have to come onto Sticky Notes, dude, and we'll bother you.
No, why not? Yeah, I'm all for it.
Absolutely. Dude,
absolutely.
Amazing. Thank you so much, man. It's been a dream, dude. You're an absolute you're a stud at this, a proper pro, fully understand the questions. I do the podcast from time to time with other people. I try not to do them so much anymore because sometimes the questions super cookie cutter and I've said it 1,000 times. But yeah, I love the questions, man, and just how thoughtful and deep they are and special they are. So yeah, thank you, man, for your time. It's an honor.
Thank you, CJ. It was, as I said, an absolute blast. And thank you, everyone. If you made it to 1 hour and almost 20 minutes, you've made my day and CJ's day. Absolutely.
You're a hero.
Yeah. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.